I'm back with another album review. Today's review is on Soup by Blind Melon. This is the second album from Blind Melon, and it's a follow-up to their debut album, which I talked about last time. The album was self-produced with help from Andy Wallace, who also engineered the album. Speaking of which, you actually see Andy on the front cover. The mixing assistant was Steve Sisko. The album was recorded at Kingsway Studios and Ultrasonic Studios in New Orleans between November of '94 and January of '95. It was released on August 15th, '95 on Capitol Records. This album is known for having a darker tone than its predecessor, and what happened after its release is quite tragic. It's also pretty experimental by incorporating some elements of jazz fusion. I'll go into detail about this later. For now, we're going to talk about the songs. The intro to this album is Untitled Hidden Track. The title is self-explanatory, and the song contains backmasking. Track 1 contains a 50-second hidden track called Hello, Goodbye. The actual first song is Galaxy, which was released as a single in '95. The song was written about Shannon Hoon's '63 Ford Galaxy, as well as his first love and breakup. A music video was made, and I'm including a link in the description. When the video appeared on Beavis and Butthead, Butthead knew that the band is called Blind Melon. The next track is 2x4. The lyrics are about Shannon Hoon's experience in rehab. After that is Vernie. A lot of questions are asked within the lyrics. Next up is Skinned. Apparently the song is very dark because it's about the serial killer Ed Gein. Up next is Toes Across the Floor. The song was released as a single in '95. I also received a music video, and there's a link in the description. We followed it up with Walk. No, this is not a cover of the song by Pantera. The song was actually written about Shannon Hoon attempting to overcome his drug addiction. That's followed up by Dump Truck. New York City is mentioned in the very beginning of the song. What's next is Car Seat, God's Presence. The song is about Susan Smith and how she killed her children. Also, the song features Miles Tackett on the cello. After that is Wilt. The lyrics mention selling silly putty. What comes next is The Duke. I believe the lyrics are about the sea. What comes after that is St. Andrew's Fall. Read this is actually a song about suicide. Miles Tackett plays the cello on this song as well. What follows is New Life. I read that this song is about the birth of Shannon Hoon's daughter, Nico Blue. The following track is Mouthful of Cavities. What's interesting is that this song features backing vocals from Jenna Krause. Jenna even appears in the song's music video, and a link to the video is in the description. The finale of this album is Lemonade. Shannon mentions not having self-control within the lyrics. When researching this album, I read that it peaked at number 48 on the Billboard 200, so it didn't chart as well as its predecessor. It was certified gold in Canada by selling over 50,000 copies up there. When it comes to the critics, they mostly gave it positive reviews. The only exception was Rolling Stone magazine, who only gave it 1.5 stars out of 5. Did I ever mention that Rolling Stone magazine is full of shit? And now for my thoughts. I personally think this is a good album. I know it's not nearly as good as its predecessor, but it's still enjoyable nonetheless. Perhaps the saddest thing about this album is that Shannon Hoon passed away from a cocaine overdose 2 months after the release of this album. To make things worse, promotion for this album was halted, which only made things worse for its sales. Blind Melon did release one more album after this, prior to splitting up, and we'll get back to this in the next episode. Overall, I recommend checking out this album. Now's the part where I question you. Have you listened to Soup? If so, what do you think about it? What's your favorite song from it? How do you think this album compares to its predecessor? Do you think Rolling Stone magazine is full of shit for what they said about this album? And let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to press the notification bell to notify of future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with another review.